anyone in this room not know what mindfulness is?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I do, but I don't.
Is mindfulness where you try to be like extremely present and self-aware, so you can feel like you know what emotions you're feeling instead of just being engulfed in it and just happening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that then.
So that is
That's what I would have
mindfulness.
thought.
I grew up Buddhist, so that's basically all of Buddhism.
Yeah, it's everything.
You know what it is? It's what all Asian aunties think they have, but they don't.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Explain.
They're not mindful because they just live life the way they want to.
They go, trust me, I know when I'm angry. I'm not angry.
Yeah.
Like that. That's all Asian
Drive,
aunties.
I'm a perfect driver. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Left turn out, good luck, everybody out.
You have to be mindful of your surrounding
It's Family Guy.
and your energy and your mind.
But that's Buddhism. It's, do you see yourself? See more. Constantly.
Yeah.
Never perfect.
Are you allowed to beat your kids being a Buddhist? Yes.
Confucius say, fuck yeah.
Wait, is that
Indirectly, yeah.
Is that two different things, like Buddhism and Confucius?
Yeah, but I think in Asian culture, they kind of go intertwined.
And then what's the difference
in
between that and Taoism?
Taoism? Yeah.
So I think Taoism is more of like,
Is that just a cute way of saying terrorism?
yeah.
Taoism.
Taoism.
Hey, you Taoist.
You've been listening to us talk for too long, dude.
So I think so. Confucianism is more of like
You would say that.
a way of culture and being, and it's not so much a religion. It's just the principles that he put forth. So it'd be like Socrates' teachings or like Plato's teachings. It's more like
Like
that.
philosophy.
Created a structure
Yeah.
of how society can be the best.
Yeah, and then Taoism, that's actually a religion.
That was Taoism. I got confused. Which one was the first one you were talking about?
Confucianism. Confucianism is by Confucius. He is the founder, and he created a structure to make society orderly and make it like run smooth and whatever. Yeah.
Like how you talk to your elders, how you talk to your
Yeah,
parents,
the
the
structure,
dynamic,
yeah.
how at work,
So
all
you
of
set
that.
the rules.
Yeah, and then the T word.
The Taoist.
That's more of like their Chinese like indigenous religious type of like a religion, and then they made Confucius a deity in it. So they made him like, okay, like we're gonna worship this guy, but we also worship a bunch of other gods, but we worship this guy too.
It's called the Way, I think.
So like the way that a lot of like Chinese people practice Buddhism, maybe even Vietnamese, it's like a cross between Buddhism and Confucianism. So just like how the Catholics in Italy may practice it way different than a Mexican American person practice Catholicism here, because your just culture just seeps in and you interpret the manuscripts differently. So it's like way different than how Indians would practice Buddhism.
Yeah, and each of those religions have so many different sects themselves too.
Because I'm pretty sure like the real way of Buddhism, you're not supposed to be beating the fuck out of your kids.
Nope.
But most
Not.
Buddhists I know beat the fuck out of their kids.
Well, yeah, this turned into religion, but right here we're focusing on specifically mindfulness, because that's like the new trend right now. A lot of people are really like focusing on being more present and meditating, and especially since a lot of people have heard that you get a lot of benefits from it.
Oh, yeah.
Like for example, Steve Jobs' brain was like 27 or something when he died, because he always would meditate and he was always
Buddhist.
yeah. So
But it helped him with his cancer, though.
right, but brain was nice and healthy and young.
He chose not to take treatment at that.
Got him.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was.
You know
like,
you know what he was taking? Supplements. Yeah, he was. He was taking like 50 different supplements every day.
Or what if
trying to be holistic.
he was mindful, but then I don't know, he was
He did acid.
he was like sleeping with the iPhone 1 every night, and then it gave him cancer or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, just radiation on these things.
Anyway, so I have this article from Psychology Today where they're talking about how mindfulness can actually be bad for you.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. So,
You're too mindful.
Yeah, what's going on here?
The Shaolin monks are gonna come and kick their ass.
Yeah.
You're flying through the windows.
all right, so
Confucianism?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so to shorten this whole article here, they're saying that mindfulness can be often considered to have two main components, which is awareness, and that's the one that we all have been talking about, and then the other one, which is the most important one too, is acceptance. So you're supposed to be aware and fully present of every single passing moment, and as you're present, let's say I'm being mindful and I'm angry, and then like I feel this, I'm being mindful of how this emotion is affecting me, but then I accept that I'm angry, I accept that emotion, and through that acceptance is where the growth comes in.
So you feel the burn, and you're supposed to go, it's okay to be angry, and you grab a chair and you slam it?
No, it's more like it's okay to be angry. I'm not gonna it's gonna pass through me. It's not gonna I'm not gonna consume it, which is like grabbing.
Like, don't bury it down deep.
That's what I do. I think I feel it passing through me, and then I latch
it
on,
goes into your
and I'm on
hands.
for the ride, and I start swinging around.
Most people do that, and that's actually what's happening here, where mindfulness can be bad for you because people aren't doing that second part, which is the acceptance part. So by everyone constantly being aware of everything, they're actually getting more anxiety, more depression, more everything.
That's it's because ignorance is bliss.
I play with my emotions like dodgeball. I see it coming, I'm like, whoo, get out of the way.
Yeah,
Really? You're good at that?
Better.
What I do
I
is
think I'm better because I do that.
I
Really?
grab
You
it.
dodge it?
Dodge shit?
Yeah, where it's like, say I just wake up for some reason sad, right? Or just like it's not my day. I trick myself into it being a good day, then I have a good day.
By how you jack off?
No, I mean,
Jacking
That's how
off
you
is pretty
start.
good. I was really frustrated the other day because I was trying not to jack off, and I did. Took a 3-hour nap. I feel great.
Why were you trying not to jack off?
Yeah.
What happened?
My dick got sore.
but from like the hour before.
Yeah.
Oh, so
You
you
took,
were
like, an hour
too
break?
much?
Probably. I don't know, man. I think I gotta give it a rest, you know?
Did we ever talk about this?
Yeah.
You did. You guys have fucking bonded on the bottles that you both have, the oil.
And through text.
The man oil, it did make my dick skin more sensitive, by the way. You were right. I did it every day.
Is this who you've been sexting?
No.
You have been praising the sexting a lot.
I haven't jacked off in 2 weeks, and
2 weeks?
I broke it yesterday.
Wow. Why did you
Or
break it?
after you came over.
No, after.
Why did you break it?
I was just bored.
Better or worse?
And I wanted to see, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to see.
If it helped.
To see your cum again?
Blinded.
Oh.
But it took, I swear to God, less than 30 seconds.
Wow.
Is that bad? It's bad.
Well, it's good. It made it more sensitive.
Wow.
Because of the oil.
I missed
I think
that.
just also not jacking off.
Oh.
I can't do that anymore.
Well, you need to take a break.
Probably.
Let your dick
But the thing is, like,
recharge.
once you stop, this is a whole part of the mindfulness.
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you.
I was gonna get to that, but go ahead.
Yeah. So then, once you stop jacking off, you slowly kind of, it's like getting off of, like, say, smoking or something. I wouldn't know.
He has a theme song for that.
What?
Sing it.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
It's an original.
You go and then you stop getting interested, and now it's like the second, like, if you're constantly jacking off, you think of it, you're gonna have to do it.
Yep.
Right? But once you stop, then it makes it so much better not to, and then you're like, oh, I don't need to.
But there's a negative effect to that because everyone's talking about this whole no-fap thing, right? So no-fap is like
Who's
a
everyone?
movement.
Where?
Are you talking about the use it or lose it?
A lot of the men on the internets.
Oh.
Yeah, I've went through months without playing with my wiggly wieners, my shingadongs, right?
Yeah.
Got two of them.
Yeah, my dingaschlongs. I'm not trying to get this channel canceled and shit. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to say dick. Yeah.
So I didn't want to say the word.
Yeah. No, but what the negative effect is if you don't think about sex, if you don't touch yourself or like work it's like a
muscle?
It's not a muscle, it's an organ. But if you don't use it, you do lose it.
You're supposed to still think about it. Like there's maybe
I did it though for a long time. And I was like, what is this? A penis? Don't feel nothing.
Dude, that's true too, because like during like dry spells and then after a dry spell, I legit feel like I'm losing my virginity again.
Yeah.
This shit is tight.
It's like, what happened?
It's too tight.
You're like a monk.
It is.
so is that good or bad?
Oh,
It's bad because it's painful. It's too
Actually
painful.
tight.
Well, I think there's a
Yeah.
balance. There's a good balance.
Yeah. Anyway, back to this thing. So they're saying here that it's by not practicing the acceptance part of things, it's almost like as if when you think about your physical body and when you have a sprained ankle and then you go run on that sprained ankle, you're not helping that ankle, you're actually making it worse because you need it to recover before you go out and work on that ankle. So just like what you're doing here, or like what a lot of people are doing here, where with mindfulness, they're being hyper aware. They're very, very aware, but
So they see all the problem.
not having that acceptance part, they're actually hurting themselves. They're harming their brain, their emotions, like their mental health is actually getting worse.
I feel like I'm in my Buddhist class right now.
So
I feel like I'm in my Buddhist class right now. It's basically what the monk talks about for like an hour.
Really?
So technically, mindfulness does work. It's just people aren't going through with it.
Yeah, they don't fit
So
in.
then the psychologists are fucking it up by saying that it doesn't work. Because if people went through it the right way, then it does work. That's like saying, hey man, therapy doesn't work.
Well,
Did
they're
you
not saying
do what you were supposed to do in therapy?
They're not saying it doesn't work. They're just saying it can be bad for you.
It can be harmful if you don't do it all.
Exactly, because it's something that not a lot of people have even realized. Like me, myself reading this, I was like, oh shit, that's true. Like, if you're not, it just makes perfect sense. If you're only being hyper aware and you're not doing anything about that, like you're just gonna be hurting yourself and getting more depressed, more anxiety.
It's kind of like how when people start getting woke and they see all the problems in the world and then they get even more stressed out.
Now it's like, but what are you gonna do?
Exactly what's happening in society.
Exactly. But I like to empower myself by saying, you know what? Let me look the other way and go jack off to porn.
That's empowerment.
And then I clear my mind and then I figure out a solution.
Clearly now.
Because that song plays and I become positive and I go, now it's time to save the world. And I think being involved in something and making a difference, that's the action part. In your own self and in other people.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. And that's definitely the hardest part where people like, they just stop because either they don't know how or they're not, or they just don't accept it and they're just like, no, I don't even think it's that. And they just feel it and then it just stops. And then it's like, well, now what do I do? I feel like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it becomes overwhelming. I think that's what it is. Because I think it's the stages of waking up, right? So like the first stage is the self-awareness part where you can, oh wait, I don't have to react this way to the feeling. I have control
Oh, it's
over
don't
my
shoot
emotions.
the second arrow. Ever since
Yeah.
I heard about that second arrow thing, I'm like,
Within
oh.
yourself. So you feel it, right?
What is that?
Yeah, explain.
Oh, remember I told you guys. So, the second arrow thing is like, you know, everyone gets hit with that first arrow, and this first arrow is like you had no control over it, like like you got in a car accident.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the first arrow. You are responsible for that second arrow that you get hit with because you're the one that's consuming yourself with like, fuck, I'm so stupid. I got into that car crash. I could have avoided whatever. Like, that's the second arrow is you harming yourself.
And the point of, I think, in mindfulness or just in Buddhism is that we fuck ourselves over when we create judgment on that, what happened the first time.
Yeah.
So like if we get into a car accident or whatever, right? If you tell yourself like, I deserve it because of karma, that's on you for creating that.
Yeah.
Or someone else can blame that fucker that crashed into me. They were on their phone, fuck them. That's another issue that you're creating. If you just didn't have to reason and you're okay and just like, okay, just an accident.
I hope they're
you move
okay.
on. Yeah, that's just, you just fucking move on.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the true
Acceptance
mindfulness.
part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's something that you can't even control. I mean, going with that specific example, there's a lot of shit that we can't control that we're always trying to fucking control. And because we can't control it, then we get fucking down on ourselves. And it's like, bro, you can't control it. Just fucking let it go.
That's true.
People get mad at me for not having the second arrow.
You don't have one?
For reals, like what? Like
Because he's
someone,
fucking playing dodgeball all day
like
with
someone
his fucking
spits on your
emotions.
bike and they
The
go,
arrows are just
you
flying by.
pissed, Nelson?
No, like I get into like motorcycle accident. I'm like, oh, that happened, and people come pick me up, and they're like, why aren't you like freaking out? I'm like,
Nadeem,
"Because it already
too.
happened."
You and
Damn.
Nadeem are the same.
Dude, I picture like the Matrix with Neo. He's getting hit and shit, and then like he comes up and all this bullets come out.
I get tired of the feeling. I want to be angry for entertainment, but not in real life.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I'm too chill. Like I'll drop my phone and it'll crack and I just would put it down and just be like, I wouldn't even think about it.
That's awesome.
fair. I mean, it's a fucking phone. Who
That's
cares?
dope.
Yeah. Well, most people would be like, what the
Come on, wallet. Can
Nadeem's saving his energy for jacking off.